Hey Summoners, Mythras here. Today what I want to do is I'm going to do some Faimon farming. And when I say that, my plan is to actually create some noise. And what I mean by that is I'm going to 6-star my Water Magic Knight Lapis. And one of the things that I want to do here is I'm just going to run hard first. Now, when you're running Faimon Hell or hard or Faimon in general, you're typically going to run number one here, the path. So what I want to do is, as you can see, my setup here, I actually have Ramos, then Lapis. This has helped me do Hell. However, in this case today, we are doing hard. So quickly what we're going to do here is I just used a 6-hour XP booster. The plan is to show that Lapis can successfully farm hard but not hell, and then after that we are going to level him up to 6 stars, at which point, you know, most of you are probably going to go nuts because why would you do that? There's so many better farmers out there. And to be honest, the reality of why I wanted to make this video is a couple days ago I was putting together a Ramos, fusion guide, and pretty much what it's doing is helping you from day one, think efficiently about trying to, get Ramos. And one of the things I was thinking about is, and said in that guide was, 6-star in Lapis might not be a bad idea, just because the fact is you spend more time trying to level up your monsters, in my opinion, than almost any part of the game. Obviously, you're running dungeons, now you're running the rifts to get the human oculus, but the reality is everyone always wants more 6-star monsters, so you're going to be leveling them up. So as you can see here, Lapis is very efficient, in my opinion, at running Faimon hard. Now, one of the things that you want, obviously, is you want to get your health armor, just because the experience is so much better. I believe on double XP it's at 3,900 per. I probably won't get it with him right now. But on hard here, we see we get 2,500. So if we do 2,500 on 3 guys, that's 7,500 XP. Even the way that I had it set up on Hell at 3,900, you're still getting better XP for 2 monsters. So even using 2 guys to clear Hell, you're still getting more XP. Now, obviously, you're not building a lot of monsters, but you want to do that. Now, the other thing that's great, obviously, is it's a great way to acquire more mana. So now we're going to do the path on Hell with Lapis. And my plan is to actually show you my runes after this, so that the goal will be to 6-star him and hopefully be able to keep those runes. A lot of stuff that I said is seeing that you need very high stuff. I watched someone farm Hell the other day with a Lapis, and the only difference between his guy and mine was that they actually had higher attack power, and his was 6-star. So we're going to do this and show that this is not going to work well, and then level them up. I have a couple 6-stars already. As you can see, I had Theomars. One of the things that I've read too is you can obviously use Ramos, but one of the things I don't like about this game is I'd like to build multiple rune sets for a specific monster, use them as a utility to switch them into, hey, Faimon Hell Farmer, or, Arena, or, Dungeon Run and stuff like that. But, we can't always get what we want, so you gotta specialize your monsters, which is fine. Now, the main reason why I'm doing this again is because when we talk about Faimon Hell farmers, most of us are going to look at Soha or Ninetails, Aquis, the Water Shark, Julie's okay. Susano, the Water Ninja, Tyrone, people really like. I've seen a lot of videos with Tyrone. You can do it with other monsters, obviously, as well. Now, the most important part about Lapis is that you don't have to go and acquire these other monsters. You automatically get him. And it's one of the reasons why I would actually strongly recommend 6-star him. So as you can see, I can get to the end here without really any problems. Maybe he'll be able to take it down, but most likely not. Just because the fact is, like I said, he just needs to go to 6. And it's highly recommended anyway that you have a 6-star monster to clear Faimon Hell. So, of my opinion again, why put in the added effort to acquire something else? Now, obviously, you might get lucky and get a different monster. And it is definitely, in my opinion, at that point, to obviously use someone that's a better farmer. But not all of us get lucky like that. And so, as you can see, I can almost clear it on 5-star with my current runes. They're not crazy godly runes either. And look at that. We even got more XP this way than running hard. So this again is one of the reasons why I strongly am becoming very adamant about taking Lapis to 6 stars. And for most players, this will actually allow them to help focus because, again, the majority of your time is going to be doing this. You're going to be able to build those monsters faster, better, stronger, instead of trying to go out there and really worrying about getting that Faimon Hell farmer. And, I've been playing for probably, Lord knows, 8 months now, and I have not found a farmer. I do have a Julie, but again, it's just one of those things that I don't have a rune for Faimon Hell, and I don't want to rune her that way. So let's go look at my monster here quick before I take him to 6. So as we can see here, yes, you guys are gonna probably get mad because I should probably bring Vertihil to 6-star instead of Lapis, but I don't care. I'm trying to show you guys that I think this is a good benefit for new players. It gives them a little bit of focus. I'm actually doing really well now on being able to get 6-star monsters relatively quickly, especially when I have the fodder available and all the Devilmon and so forth. So here's his stats. Very high HP already. His attack, in all honesty, is relatively low. Some of the stuff I've seen is people really push the attack on him and go lower speed. Now, the idea here is you're going to keep getting your turns with your Revenge Runes relative and hit harder. So instead of trying to get a lot of turns like the way my guy's built, as you can see, I also don't have a high crit rate, and my crit damage is fairly high. So in my opinion, I probably do not want high crit damage. So that's something that you could probably do better. Here I have one 6-star rune. This rune I actually picked up in the shop, believe it or not. If you pay attention, you can actually get a lot of the runes that you need for not too bad of a price out of the shop. I swear to God, I do not run Necropolis enough, and so I will even show that. So here's another 6-star rune. So obviously you're probably going, okay, these are pretty good runes already. Yes, they're definitely not bad. But here's I have a 5-star speed. So this is a slot where I talked about where people go a lot of attack percent here, and then another 5 here at level 12, and then a 4-star Revenge, and another 6-star 15. So as you can see, I have 3 fairly strong runes, and then the other ones I don't have leveled to 15. I could obviously do that, and then I do have a 4-star one here, which probably could easily get replaced now. But one of the things I liked about this one is it's just got really high speed. I could also take it to 15, give them more health, so forth. Now, the plan here is to 6-star Lapis. I'm not going to change anything on the rune set. I will show you guys that after. I showed you that I blew a XP dealio, so my plan is to work on Lapis, get him to 100%. Again, go back to info, show you his stats. I have not skilled him at all, so some of the other stuff I've seen he's skilled. But again, obviously that's nice to have, but I want to show you guys that this is doable for everyone, and a very easy focus point. You don't need to listen to people saying, hey, Lapis sucks. Well, the reality is, hopefully, when I show you that you're on the same page as me, that he isn't terrible to 6-star. It's fairly easy to get to where you need. And on top of that, I do want to show you, like I said, here is my Necropolis. I have not ran this. I am on B5. It is brutal, and I could probably run more, but I just don't care because, like I said, you can go to the shop, acquire what's needed to get them actually fairly well. You just got to pay attention every time you log in and build them for that specific reason. So I'm going to grab these 5 guys, pull it over here, and show you guys what will be the moment of truth here that I'm going to 6-star Lapis. And you guys can get as mad as you want. I don't care. I've seen enough flack for it already, and so I actually wanted to do it because, again, I am not here to say he's the best. I don't think he's the best. I think there's better choices. Obviously, you're going to get through it quicker. But what I do believe is that you don't have to spend the added time to try and acquire a different farmer. The goal here is that everyone has the Faimon Hell farmer early on. You're already going to build Lapis. You can watch some of the other videos. You're going to use him anyway. So you might as well make the investment into what it is. So obviously, here we go. We lost a ton off him. But again, at 6-star, I'm going to push to get him to 40 as fast as I can. The next day or two here, come back, combine these videos so that you guys can enjoy it and see that Lapis is actually a good farmer. So with that said, I will leave you with that. I need to start getting my grind on, and I will see you soon. Summoners, we're back. Now, what I want to do today is I spent 6 hours yesterday trying to level Lapis. One of the things I thought about as I was leveling him is, hey, maybe I can actually do it earlier. And so I tested it out and wanted to show you that you can actually use Lapis as your full Faimon Volcano Hell farmer even before he's level 40. I actually have mine at level 32, so as you can see, I've been pairing him with Inugami to, try and speed it up, but I'm going to take Inugami off here and put in another 2-star guy that I've been working on. Alright. And I just wanted to show you that even before he hits 40, he can successfully farm Faimon Hell. The other thing is, it doesn't take terribly long. I've been doing it around 2 minutes, which I think is pretty good. So I know that I did see some people asking how to speed up their Faimon Hell farm. They were over 3 minutes with something other than Lapis. So clearly I would just say that using Lapis would, help solve your answer there problem. So I just wanted to show this, and what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to go back and show his stats again. I did do a 12-hour XP today because I've had a bunch of my inventory based off the last event. So what I'll do is I'm going to continue to level him to 40 just because I want to show off the stats to give you guys a good idea of, again, a benchmark. If you choose to go this route, which I think everyone should, just because of the fact that you have him, you're not going to have to worry about trying to find a farmer, waiting months to get the best farmer. Instead of, you can, quickly tackle it. I'm not saying, you should necessarily make him your first 6-star, but I do believe now that after doing this, it is definitely worth the investment. A lot of people are probably going to get pissed that I say that, but again, as a free-to-play player, not going out and spending a lot of money on this, actually no money,
this is a easy option for everyone, and it's a free option. So, you know, unless you actually come across something else. Now, I don't know, based off yesterday, the other farmers that I had talked about, if they can actually farm quicker. But again, I expect Lapis farming to actually speed up because he is 32 here. Should get better. Now, the other thing, like I said earlier, is I could always try and tweak those stats. Look at that, 145. That's pretty good. And now we're pumping, you know, obviously the 1200 XP plus, you know, obviously Lapis. That's 1600, or sorry, yeah, 16,000 XP versus, you know, that 7,500 that we're running on hard. That's a huge improvement. I'm very excited about this. This is going to speed up my farming process extraordinarily. So again, like I said, I want to go look at his stats quick. Again, 32. So here we are. Now, if we remember, he was very on the edge of really being able to run Hell almost at 5-star. Now, already though, his HP is almost 21k. So before we were sitting around 18k, he is now at 21k. So that's a huge difference. His attack is already higher as well. Before we were around 750 total. We're almost at 900 here. His defense was around 640. We're about 750, 760 there. And then his speed stayed the same. So, and all of his other, you know, crit, damage, resistance, and accuracy were all the same as well. So that's a huge improvement. I'm going to continue to grind this out today, like I said, just to show you. A couple minutes ago, I popped a 12-hour XP. Hopefully I can get him to 40. This kind of 30 to 40 grind is always the worst in my opinion. So I will check back in with you guys to show you his full stats when it's over.
Hey Summoners, we finally made it to 40, taking about, I want to say, 18 hours worth of double XP bonuses to get there. I do currently have one on. Just want to show you Lapis at level 40 as a awesome Faimon Hell farmer that, you know, everyone already gets. So far, it's definitely been worth it, in my opinion, to 6-star Lapis and use the monster to help complete Faimon Hell. I did leave the original runes on, like I showed you, from the 5-star to 6-star. Haven't increased any skills on them or, you know, leveled the runes, I mean. So I will show that after this run so that you guys can see that. Unfortunately, there was a free rune removal this weekend, and because I told you I would not change anything, I did not do that. I did happen to get probably one more rune that I could potentially put on Lapis here to improve the monster's farming ability, maybe just a little bit, help speed things up. But again, like I said, I promised you guys, so I'm not that big of a dickhead. So we will quickly, hopefully, finish this here, approximately 2-minute runs, which has been awesome. I know that some people do struggle with run times. There probably is definitely better monsters than Lapis, but we all know that this is something we automatically get, and we don't have to work towards getting lucky on getting a better farmer. So again, just wanted to show you the efficiency that Lapis has. The biggest benefit in my mind is the constant AoE damage with every single attack, slowly grinding down all these monsters.
down to the last one here. There, way to end on a crit, huh? Alright, so that one took a little bit longer, 3 minutes. Again, just depending, it can take anywhere between 2 and 3. Pretty efficient. The biggest thing is you're going to get your 12,000 experience approximately off these runs. You're going to get better potentials for crystals and other things like that. So Lapis is pretty awesome. I think definitely worth the investment, especially for people who are struggling a direction on who to make a farmer. Now we were going to go look at the stats here. So as you can see, my Lapis has, almost 24,000 health now. The attack's close to 1,000. Defense is about 800 there, a little higher. Speed stayed the same. Crit rate was the same. I believe all that other stuff is the same because it should be. Again, rune overviews. So I do have 1/6 there, 2/6 there. I have a speed rune at 12, not up to 15. Again, another one at 5 there at level 12. A 4. So this was the one I think I was going to replace here. Not with the crit rate one. Guess not. Might have been something else. Nope. Anyway, and then another 6-star at level 15. So as we can see, didn't change any runes. We could almost do it at level 5-star. Able to do it at 6-star. And I again just want to advocate that I think Lapis, you can't necessarily go wrong. You are ultimately going to get more 6-star monsters. As you can see, I currently have 6. I'll decide on who's next. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps get some people off the fence of, should I 6-star Lapis just to, become more efficient at the game. My personal opinion is yes, because you'll be able to build monsters quite quickly after that as well. Please leave any questions, comments, feedback below. Always appreciate it. Thanks for watching my videos, and please subscribe to the channel. We are gaining more and more subs. Great to have more people involved and, leaving feedback and so forth. Really appreciate it. So hope this video was helpful to you. Take care.